Well, this is quite the sight to see, stepping out of our hut in the morning. The pride of world strongman arrayed before us. Powerful, ferocious, hungry. 9 of these 10 men just can't wait to be king. But what about the other one, the man who holds the title? Is he going to take that lion down?
No, not going to happen.
It's the grand final of the world's strongest man.
"30 men arrived in Botswana, fused together by a single dream. Once divided, some conquered, others fell. The final 10 now remain. Leading the charge towards glory is defending champion Brian Shaw. The colossal American is in the hunt for his 4th title. Eddie Hall, the man who makes history for a living. Despite sustaining a hand injury, he still carries the momentum and Britain expects. Hathor Julius Bjornsson. 4 times he has stood on the podium, but he has always left without a title. The legacy of past Icelandic champions weighs heavy on the mountain's shoulders. Does he have the conviction to finally cross the line and join Viking folklore? Mateusz Kieliszkowski from Poland. This young gun has already made an impact on his debut. He is raw and is one of the fastest athletes in the history of the event. These men are among the 10 who have battled through to the grand final. Their destiny is about to be determined across 6 titanic events, including a 40-ton plane pool. Once the dust settles, only one man will remain. Only he will have the right to be called the Commerce World's Strongest Man.
Well, Magnus for Magnusson. It's here at last, like Christmas Day for strongmen. It's the finals. We've got 10 contenders. Wouldn't it be great if we had a British winner?
Oh, that would be unbelievable.
What about Eddie Hall? Until maybe a week ago, we would have thought he's going to make the podium at least. Those 2 dislocated fingers, can he battle past that?
I think he can. He's mentally strong. I think he can overcome that pain and do what it takes.
Brian as well, at the end of his Atlas Stones performance, what a performance it was, at the end of Heat 5, saying, "This so far has just been a warm-up for me." How would you describe his form?
Well, Brian looks in the best shape of his life, but so does my boy Thor.
Right. I knew you'd say that. Brian's bidding to, of course, match your 4 World Strongman titles. Hafthor Bjornsson hasn't picked up 1 yet, but could this be his year?
I think it can be.
The final begins with the frame carry. Sarah Jane Crawford is there.
Thanks, James. Now, up next, our athletes will be carrying these 360-kilogram frames down this 13-metre course. Now, many of our men are famed for their speed, so it's going to be an explosive start to the race for the title. Let's do this.
And alongside Sarah Jane at Event 1 are our commentators Colin Bryce and first Danny Wallace.
From Poland.
So here's who's up, the mighty Pole. Kieliszkowski from Poland. Looking forward to this.
Representing Canada, J.F. Caron.
The mighty Canadian.
Representing
4th time
Slovenia,
at one of these grand finals. Beljak. With a dainty pirouette.
Representing Great Britain, Lawrence Charley.
Charley recovering from injury.
From the United States of America, Martin Lissis.
That's a look that says, "Look at me, ladies," from Lissis, the new Housewives' favourite. She loves him. 15 metres each way, 30 metres in total. The frame must be off the ground to be carried.
There's 2 fascinating new guys to this final. The man at the far side, Kieliszkowski, who's got a flyer, keeping up with Lawrence Charley of Great Britain right now, Europe's strongest man, and of course Lissis nearest to camera.
But look at Kieliszkowski. Charley down, Kieliszkowski complete. very, very fast time. Charlet, what's happened to Charlet?
He's just pulling down his support there. Hopefully it's not an injury. Lissis sneaks ahead, the American.
Beljac yet to move. Very hard to get a grip on these things. Incredibly heavy weight.
Got to get it all the way over the line.
So the new guy is doing very well. Charlet looks to be, well, in some discomfort.
I hope it's a bit of cramp because it's very hot today. We're here in Africa.
Well, Beljac not happy. Look at this guy, though.
From Poland, give it up for Mateusz Kiliszkowski.
Kiliszkowski, 17.69 seconds. First time here.
He's done it again, hasn't he? Now, this is the back of Charlet. The left, well, whatever. Left leg. Is that calf? Is it hamstring? I'll have to wait and see.
Representing Great Britain, Eddie Hall.
Well, a huge favourite, Eddie Hall, the beast. Third time here.
Georgia, Konstantin.
Janasia has been very impressive, the Georgian, in all the heats.
Yes. Representing Poland, Grzegorz Szymanski.
The great hope of Poland, Szymanski. Lovely fella as well.
Representing Iceland, Hafthor Bjornsson.
Shake of the lucky dice for Bjornsson.
The reigning world's strongest
Great
man
skipper.
from the United States of America, Brian Shaw.
And here to take no prisoners, the reigning champ, defending his title, Shaw. Ooh, you're on telly.
Ready.
And they're off.
Big Shaw closest to camera, the reigning world's strongest man. Next to him, Bjornsson, who's gone down already. Eddie Hall on the far side there. I don't know what he's doing. He's sliding it. That finger, I guess, being a problem, or fingers.
Yeah, dislocated 2 fingers recently, Eddie Hall, trying to drag the frame. He can't do that. Well, Janasia doing very well. Well, he's beaten Shaw.
Another new boy wins this one. Doesn't beat Kiliszkowski, though.
Shaw's over the line. What is Bjornsson doing?
Well, I mean, he went down within 4 or 5 meters at the start. Perhaps his grip's a little bit tired from the heats.
Szymanski struggling with his grip as well. Just needs to get the whole thing over the line.
One more effort from Bjornsson needed. Will it be the Pole or the Icelander?
It's over. Well, Bjornsson's over, Szymanski's over. We have Brian Shaw, 3rd place overall. Janasia, I think, 2nd place because Kiliszkowski did so well. 2nd place, absolutely. So, Kiliszkowski takes the win.
Well, how about that? Rookies taking 3 of the top 4 spots in Event 1. Eddie Hall last, meanwhile, and even worse news for Lawrence Charlet, struck by injury again and leaving the competition. So great starts for Janasia and Kiliszkowski, but Britain's strongest man has a lot of work to do. Can he start to claw his way back in Event 2, the Circus Barbell? That's coming up. Welcome back to glorious Botswana. Here in the savannah, it's been anything but plain sailing for Britain's Eddie Hall. In last place after the frame carry, he needs something big now in our next event, the Circus Barbell at the Saboba Cultural Village in Kasane. Over to Colin Bryce and Danny Wallace.
Thanks, James. The Circus Barbell, that's all you've got to work with. One weight, 163 kg, 1 minute and 15 seconds to lift it as many times as you can. These are the guys who've gone so far. Szymanski, Caron, Beljac, Lissis managed 6, Janasia managed 7. There he is. So he is leading at the moment. All you need with one of these weights is a little moustache and a stripy top.
From Poland, Mateusz Kiliszkowski.
Kiliszkowski brought neither of those,
From the United
just raw
States of
power.
America, Brian Shaw.
And he'll need it up against this guy, Brian Shaw.
Yeah, the old duo from Heat 5 going head to head once again. I mean, they look like they're in a different weight category, don't they?
They do.
So big.
Shaw using his power belly to pick it up, lock out.
So Big Shaw on 2. Kiliszkowski just behind there. Now, this is almost 26 stone. I mean, it's a lot heavier than Kieliszkowski, though lighter than Bryan.
45 seconds to go. No sign of slowing from either man.
Big Bryan for his 5th. 2 more to equal Janashia. He should have plenty of time to do it, and more.
Real poise from Kieliszkowski. Number 6 for Bryan.
Kieliszkowski has to use his legs a lot more. Bryan, that upper body, of course, the power belly, as you said, gives him a little rest on the way up.
This to equal. He's got it. 7. Now, can he manage one more? Running out of time, really.
How much time, he said. I don't think he quite realises how little time there is. As for Kieliszkowski...
Here we go. Well, he's locked out, but the referee says no. Oh, we don't want to anger that guy.
7 repetitions from the USA, Bryan Shaw.
Well, the co-leader then. So far, 7 reps for Bryan.
5 repetitions. Give it up for Poland's Matthias Kieliszkowski.
Thought he had 6. He only had 5. Kieliszkowski.
I think the refs were correct there. The whistle was before he locked out. And there's Big Bryan locking out that 7th, but he didn't get an 8th. And I think the window's open for the likes of Thor and Eddie to take a win.
Representing Great Britain, Eddie Hall.
There's a man who'd have trouble getting through a window. Eddie Hall.
Representing Iceland, Hafthor Bjornsson.
And this guy's no cat burglar either. Bjornsson, 6'9".
Ready, lift.
Well, it's a quick start. Worth remembering as well that Eddie Hall on the left, kind of playing with 2 fingers down, dislocated them recently. This will carry with it some extra pain.
He was also last in the first event. The frame carry, he just couldn't pick it up at all. So it's a horrible start for him to the World's Strongest Man Grand Final, but he's making up for it here. He's already bashed out 4. Bjornsson just behind. Yes, good.
Real poise and rhythm from Eddie.
Number 5, remember, they're chasing 7 by Janashia and Bryan Shaw, who just ran out of puff after a minute.
30 seconds to go.
That was Eddie's 6th, so he's close. 1 more. Bjornsson, he too is on 6, so it's neck and neck. Well, the reps aren't timed, so they're both on 7.
Yeah, be synchronised swimming for these 2 next. Incredible. Oh, Eddie's struggling now.
Bjornsson, though, that was impressive. Can Hall get this?
He can do anything. Bjornsson going for a 9th. Doesn't get it. I wonder if he thinks he has.
I'd like to be the guy who tells him he didn't.
That's a job for the work experience kid. But well done, Eddie Hall. Both men, brilliant athletes. But that was a proper moment for Eddie Hall. He needed that, and he got it.
I mean, Hall was in real pain. Bar went almost back down there, pressed it back up again. Is that a tear coming down his cheek? Goodness. What a fighter.
Over to Sarah Jane.
So, Eddie, after the first event, you pulled it back with the circus barbell. That was incredible. And you went through the pain barrier. I was so impressed. How was it for you?
It was hard. Obviously a bad start, so I've got to make up the points. It's still not over. There's still a chance I could win. I actually dislocated my finger again on the frame. It popped out again. So, I mean, doing that was horrendous. That last rep, I just couldn't grip the bar to sort of pull it into my chest. So, but, I think that's the worst of the events where the hands are involved. So, I can just tape up and plod on. It's a strong man. Pain's nothing.
Well, you must be excited about the deadlift because you've deadlifted more than anyone in the history of the world ever on planet Earth. Yeah. So today, you're going to do it again?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Again, the hand, even though I'm strapped up, it could hinder me. So I'm just going to, I'm in it to win it, I'm not here to come second.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, that was extraordinary from Eddie Hall, sharing first place, but he wasn't the only one impressing. Another good result for Janashia, matching 3-time champion Bryan Shaw on 7 reps. Kieliszkowski, though, slipping behind. Overall, it's so tight after 2 events, just 1.5 points between the top 4 men, while Eddie climbs 4 places to 6th. with 4 events to go. Well, if you're Eddie Hall, then this is probably a sight for sore eyes. It's the deadlift. It's his event. He's the world record holder with a half-ton lift back in Leeds, but that was when he had 10 fingers, Magnus, and this is also a harder rig for him.
Yes, it is. This is a tougher bar. It's thicker. It doesn't have the spring as a normal bar would to give you that spark off the floor.
Okay. And there's also a platform, which means that the athletes actually have to go down lower to raise.
Yes, it's a longer lift as well. So they have actually made this hard as possible for these athletes.
Wow. Who's your money on, Magnus?
My money would still be on Eddie Hall.
Wow. All right. A crucial moment awaits then in this year's Commerce World's Strongest Man final. Over to the deadlift.
Thanks, James. So yes, the deadlift. The opening weight, 375 kg. The thing about this is it's pretty much, well, very similar to winner stays on. The lifts the heaviest weight wins. We can see Belshak, Lissis, Kieliszkowski and Szymanski are all eliminated. Eddie Hall skipped 400. The guys above him all managed 420. So we're joining Eddie now as he attempts 420 kg. Now he needs this to stay in. If he doesn't get it, he is eliminated.
That's right. Not all he'd have against his name is that 375. Risky tactics.
He's got to think about those fingers. It's worked. Easy. So 420 he's managed. Of course, he is the world record holder at 500. That's a different bar, though.
Yes, absolutely. That was done on a calibrated powerlifting bar. This is a giant barbell. Look how stiff it is. In fact, the bar's thicker. So the world record here, just over 440 kilos.
Well, more thinking from Eddie Hall. He's decided to skip 435, conserve his energy.
Must be feeling good. Francois, Caron. Now this is actually just off his personal best with a normal bar. So this is a lot harder. I have to say, a lot harder, this bar.
And off it goes. Needs to lock out. He knows he's got it. And that's enough.
The first man to complete 435 kilograms.
This is a man in the form of his life, I have to say. We've seen him year after year, and you think, well, he's a sort of perennial finalist, but suddenly you start to think maybe he's a podium man.
Well, he's set the bar high for Brian Shaw. 435 now, has to equal that.
He's done every lift so far, playing it safe, and he does it again. Just.
Well, Shaw, the last couple of years, has been the clear leader in this discipline. But they're chasing him down.
Man to complete 435 kilograms.
So JF, Brian. Next up will be Big Thor.
Here he is, the Icelandic giant. His attempt at 435 to stay in the game.
Now we know he's got the 4th biggest deadlift in history on a normal bar.
No, he says. That was enough for him. That's very surprising.
He's going up for a half-full Beyonce.
I think he might have given a little too much to the circus barbell.
20 kilograms.
And now he's paying the price.
And we move on. Hello. To Asia from Georgia.
Okay.
In his socks.
Huge way for him. He's just done personal best after personal best. He's been the find of the final, but no.
No. Another man falls.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Konstantin Janasi.
But he is eliminated from this event.
JF Caron going for 445 kilos, 2.5 kilos above Brian Shaw's world record set in China in 2013.
And up he goes. Will he lock out though? No.
Gosh, he was quick off the floor, has to be said. I thought that was going to go up.
It's a brave attempt at 435.
He's an entirely different puller to Brian Shaw, who's sort of slow all the way up. You can't really tell if he's going to make it or not. He hit that hard, got it above his knees, and then lost it.
Time for Eddie then. Will his tactics have paid off? 445. Now he's pulled 500 before, but that was with a very different type of bar. That's when he got the world record.
Yeah. And he had all of his fingers intact then, 2 dislocated. This to take Brian Shaw's record.
Look at that! He's done it. Another world record. 445. Eddie takes another world record.
Well, restoring British pride there. And taking another record, as you said. Will Brian Shaw now reply?
Well, he'll have to. He was watching that. He wasn't happy. He saw his world record stolen from him. Now, can he equal Eddie's world record?
Eddie will not want to have to do another lift. His fingers dislocated. Every lift will put him under extreme pain.
Oh, look at this. Can he do it?
Oh my goodness, that was slow off the floor, but he's done it.
He's done it. He's equaled Eddie's world record. Put himself right back up there.
Well, you have to take your hat off to Brian Shaw. That was really impressive. He dug that out from somewhere.
Both men agreeing to leave it there.
That's right, Eddie Holst has called it a day. So that lift has given Brian a share of the record and the points.
Over to Sarah Jane.
Congratulations to the both of you, smashing the world record. You decided to call it a day and split the points. Can you share with us why you made that decision?
Yeah, I mean, this is the World's Strongest Man final is a long contest, and you know, when you're getting on to lifting 1,000 pounds, every lift is obviously risking injury, and you know, we both are probably capable, you know, but both of us kind of felt our hamstring a little bit on that last pull, so we just agreed to shake hands, split the points, and continue the battle.
2 wins back to back. How do you feel going into the playing pool?
Yeah, obviously, you know, I had to call the points back. 2 wins has put me in a good stead now. Playing Paul kettlebell stones, you know, I'm still within a chance. So to share the points with Brian wasn't the end of the world, you know, and I've saved the hamstrings are intact. So I think it was a very, very wise decision.
Back-to-back first places for Eddie, with one eye on the battles ahead. Below him and Brian Shaw, JF Caron takes 3rd place, and it's another disappointment for Bjornsson in 4th. Overall, that means that Shaw leaps 2 places to take a 2-point lead over Janashia at the top. Thor slips to 3rd, while Eddie Hall is now up in 4th, 2 points off the podium. Can he make it 3 wins on the bounce? Well, next up, he'll be getting props of a different kind in a 40-ton event, which has to be seen to be believed. That's coming up on Commerce World's Strongest Man. Welcome back, everyone. It's the grand final of the Commerce World's Strongest Man, and it's not going so far entirely as expected. For a start, event 1 saw Polish newcomer Mateusz Kieliszkowski polish off the frame carry as if it wasn't there. His fellow new boy Konstantin Janashia similarly speedy in 2nd. Behind them, though, the Brits were left in bits. Lawrence Charlet tearing a calf muscle and out now of the competition. Eddie Hall re-dislocating one of his injured fingers, placing last, but vowing to fight on. And indeed, in event 2, the beast was back to his best. Despite his digital dislocation, Eddie putting in a ferocious turn on the barbells, finishing in tears, but in joint first place in the event with Hafthor Bjornsson. Next, the deadlift, Eddie's favourite. While the pressure told on some, the beast and Brian Shaw fought their way to a new world record and a dead heat in the deadlift. So remarkably, just 2 events on from that disastrous start, and effectively with 2 fingers less than the rest of the field, Eddie Hall has already fought his way back from last place to 4th overall. Now, ahead of him, there's still a way to go, of course, with Brian Shaw in 1st, Konstantin Janashia in 2nd, and Hafthor Bjornsson in 3rd. But on next to event 4, and you've heard of the Hercules hold, meet the C-130 tug. Sarah Jane and Magnus have more.
Thanks, James. Now, up next is a truly spectacular event. Our athletes are going to be pulling this C-130 plane, which weighs 40 tonnes, down a 25-metre track. I can't believe it. Magnus, how are our guys going to get this thing moving? Tell me.
Well, it's going to be a difficult task because this huge thing, actually called the Hercules,
wow,
they got to get it going, and they got to keep the rhythm going and get it all the way. If this thing stops, I don't think they'll get it off again.
Our very own Eddie. He's won 2 back-to-back. Can he make it a 3rd with the plane pull?
I think he can, but this is going to come down to body weight, the right technique. Who's going to be the fastest on this one?
So, guys, let's move on with the action. Up next, the plane pull.
Yes, the plane pull, a bit different from the truck pull, especially because it's more than double the weight that they've been used to in previous heats. All these guys have had a go. This is how far they got. Ganassia in the lead with 24.06, pulling that Hercules. And it is a Herculean task.
No one's gone the full 25 meters yet. We still have the big guns to go. Ganassia, a very impressive effort. Just over 90 centimeters short.
So Eddie Hall next to take on the Hercules with the plane pull. And he's tied first in the last two events. Spectacular comeback from last place to fourth.
Well, Danny, we saw him pull a truck at the heats and he won that, but you really do need all four limbs working properly, and with two fingers dislocated, I can't imagine he can get a really good pull with that left arm, but he's doing very well. He's got this up to speed.
It's also just worth pointing out again, this is a man, a human man, pulling a plane. And it doesn't matter that he's crossed the line, the plane has to cross the line. The main wheel there must cross the line. He's stumbled.
24.39 meters. He's got just under 60 centimeters to go. But he's dropped the rope. He's dropped his mouthpiece. That's it. Hope he's all right.
Well, 24.45 meters. He's in the lead.
Herculean effort there by Eddie Hall. The two big boys still to come. Just lost his way at the end. Might have finished that if he hadn't staggered.
Please don't steal my puns. Here he is, Bjornsson. Psyching himself up, just shouting in a man's ear. Take the strain. And Colin, I mean, how do you go about starting?
Well, starting plane pulling, I have to go to your local plane pulling school. No, I mean, it's just one of those things. Sorry, Danny. Yes, you just have to drive hard at the beginning. That initial inertia, but so much is taken out of your body. And, of course, Hercules planes have quite flat tyres. They're built for landing in fields, which makes it all the harder.
24.45 to beat. He's up to 20. A little more effort here from Hafthor Bjornsson. He's slowing.
He wasn't as quick as Eddie Hall was there, but he's keeping it coming.
I think he could get over the line.
Oh, he's past Eddie Hall.
Don't stop now. 24.798286. And he's stopped at 24.9 meters, 10 centimeters away from the line.
Well, he's been told he's gone into the lead, but it's not exactly ecstatic. He's absolutely exhausted. I don't suppose he's ever failed a pull before.
So Brian Shaw with 24.9 to beat. It's such a classic world's strongest man event, this, isn't it? The plane pull.
Oh, it's iconic stuff. Needs a big start here. You know what? This plane's actually used for carrying rhinos around in particular. Conservation.
If I was sure I'd have checked there were no rhinos in it just now, make it more difficult. But look at the rhythm, the power and the pace of Brian Shaw. 24.9 seems, well, it seems achievable.
And he's got some good pace up as well. Similar to Eddie Hall. But no, it's starting now, and a stumble may well lose it for him.
The fatigue, the pain, he just needs to not stop.
He will not give up, though, and it's still coming. Eddie Hall was at 24.45. He's beaten Hall.
Well, this is the moment. Once you have stopped, you're not going to start again. Try telling Shaw that. He wants this.
That's a man who will not give up. Take the rope off him. Poor fella.
Man, second place for the normally unbeatable Brian Shaw. 24.53.
A look of shock.
And, well, satisfaction for a job well done for Bjornsson. All right, Dad.
just plain amazing. Hafthor with a massive win over his rival Shaw, and Eddie Hall with another good result. Janashia, the best of the newcomers. Overall, that means that Eddie Hall remains in 4th place, 2 points from the Georgian and a podium place. But up top, while Shaw stays 2 points clear, there's now a large Icelandic shadow looming. Sarah Jane is with the mighty Viking, who's enjoying himself.
Congratulations, that was incredible. You killed it.
I was giving my 100% into every pool. I'm very happy with this win. I had to give my 100%. This opens the door for me to win the World Strongest Man title 2016. The next 2 events are my best events, so I'm very pleased and very happy with the performance. And I just love these guys here. They're so wonderful, so amazing. You're the best. Thank you, guys.
100% is your middle name. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Woo!
Is this finally Hafthor's time? On to the penultimate challenge at this year's Commerce World's Strongest Man. And no margin for error now, as this is one of the most technical challenges these men must face. It's the kettlebell throw over at the hot springs, and to take us through it, Colin and Danny.
Thank you, James. So the penultimate event, getting to the business end of things, 7 kettlebells in the kettlebell throw. Heavier than normal as well. Caron did very well, 5, 31.88. But Eddie Hall will be keeping his eye on Janashia's result, 59.50.
Eddie Hall!
Really chasing after Janashia.
Ready!
We're very much coming down the home straight now, and poor Eddie had a stumble start last in the first event. So he needs good points here, a good finish in stones, and we'd have a Brit on the podium. He makes it look remarkably easy. I mean, he doesn't have a particularly long pull. He's just so powerful in the lower back.
And if Eddie does make it onto the podium, first, second or third, then he'd be the first Brit on the podium since 2011.
I mean, at 6'3", when you compare him to Shaw and Bjornsson, who still have to go, he's giving away quite a lot of distance when he releases. It's not just the height, it's the extra length of arm as well. Oof, the power there.
Well, just under 10 seconds to go. He needs to get this one in order to pull ahead of Janashia, and he has. Janashia's 3rd overall at the moment. This will have a good impact for Eddie.
I think he knows he could have done better there. Yes, it's catching Janashia. There's still 1 event to go. He could have done with getting a 6th or even the 7th over.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The gentle sounds of Bjornsson.
from Iceland, Hafthor Bjornsson!
2nd place overall after 4 events. Chasing his first World's Strongest Man title. Confident start, look at that.
Oh, look at the distance he's throwing it from as well. A lot of the guys taking it right under the bar. He's just launching these.
Well, with only 15 seconds gone, he looks unstoppable.
He didn't even look there. You better be careful.
Easy. No, didn't do it. Didn't manage it. Well, this is potentially a turning point for Bjornsson.
He must keep calm. Oh, my moments of madness here. 26, 25, he's got time. He's just got to keep cool, keep his head.
I think he's too close. Managed it. Now there's a big jump between that way and this.
Oh, it's massive. Absolutely massive. And he'd do this all day long if it was the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But no! He's had so many efforts.
Bjornsson seems to have thrown that event away. Time's up.
Oh, you feel for him. You feel for him. He threw that 5th kettlebell, but as he threw it, he started to run forward to get the next one. He was so confident. But the next miss, this was madness.
And nearly the kettlebell catch.
Welcome to the kettlebell throw. The 3 times and reigning World's Strongest Man from the USA, Brian Shaw!
So Shaw then will have watched that. Will have given him a boost. He's very measured when it comes to the kettlebell throw.
You know what? Going last as well actually allows him to be measured here. Bjornsson went absolutely bonkers there, knowing that Shaw would be quick too, but Shaw doesn't have to be quick now. He can just relax.
He knows what he's up against. He knows what he has to do.
It's the biggest advantage psychologically he could ever have been handed.
Well, here we go. This is for the win. And he's got it. Asking how long he's got to tackle the last one.
Well, this is interesting. People have mocked Brian Shaw for not showing off, for not really proving it at times that he's the best. This is a little moment for all those doubters. He doesn't need to do this.
Well, and he doesn't, but he gives it a good go.
The smile says it all. He's still a happy man. Well done, Brian Shaw.
6 out of the 7 possible kettlebells, 34.97 seconds. That's right.
Well, by going last, he had a distinct advantage there. He knew what Bjornsson had done. A lot of history between these two men in throwing competitions. This time, Shaw gets the better.
The showdown at the Kettlebell Corral then goes Brian's way. JF Caron third, but the big news below is that Eddie Hall edges out Janashia, which sets things up very nicely in the overall standings, where there's 3 points between Shaw and Thor and just 1 point between Janashia and Hall. Realistically, 4 guys for 3 podium places.
Well, it's been an exceptional week here in Kasane. Kegs, barrels, trucks, even that aeroplane. Our guys have handled everything we've thrown at them. Now only one event remains to decide this year's title. The Stones, our destination, after this.
Welcome back. The biggest prize in World Strongman awaits. The rookie has surprised everyone, but the champion is looking as strong as ever, the mountain as hungry as ever, and the beast braver than ever. 3 podium places, 4 contenders for glory. For the last time this year, it's over to Colin Bryce and Danny Wallace.
So this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. The last event of the grand final, the Atlas Stones. And the stones are heavier. 60 seconds to lift them up. The story here is that Eddie Hall, if he wants to get on the podium, which he does, because why else would he be here, has to beat this guy, Janashia. So here's who's already been. Well, Lissis has managed all 5 stones. He's done the best so far in 34.8 seconds. But it's down to this for Eddie Hall.
This just shows that it is possible, even with a 210-kilo stone. Little fumble there by Janashia. And Eddie Hall is in the lead at the moment.
He's chasing 3rd place right now. He's ahead of Janashia. Whoever wins this will be the world's 3rd strongest man.
One hand on the bronze trophy. If he can pop this up, he'll make it happen.
There it is. Eddie Hall, the Brit, the beast, is on the podium. Brilliant performance also from the Georgian bull. Janashia did very, very well indeed. Managed 4 stones in 29.92 seconds. But Eddie Hall,
5 stones in a time of 29.68 seconds.
Wow.
The new
Bigger
leader
than
of the
this
Atlas
is?
Stones
Yes,
from
it is.
Great Britain, Eddie Hall.
5 stones, absolutely quicker than Lissis.
Lovely sporting touch there from Janashia as well, raising his arm, knowing he's been eclipsed to the podium. And the beast, well, he hasn't quite achieved his lifetime dream, but he's very close.
Well, the man defending his title, Brian Shaw, will now go up head-to-head against the man who wants that title more than almost anybody, Bjornsson. But it's all about points.
Just 3 points in it. It's very simple now, having seen the others go. He has to beat Lissis, Brian Shaw.
That's what he's gunning for. All 5 stones in less than 34 seconds, and he will be the world's strongest man.
2 of the greatest of all time going here, Danny. Can Bjornsson beat him? But it's not down to that. It's down to Shaw, really, and what he does.
So again, all 5 stones in less than 34. And he's defended his title, looks set to easily do it. Bjornsson's got the last one up, but what about Shaw? He's done it in around 28 seconds, easily beating Lissus, and meaning he is the world's strongest man.
And Hafthor Bjornsson, a personal victory for him, but another year, he has to wait.
Well, he's done it. Won that title 4 times, puts him on a par with their own Magnus Magnussen. In terms of records, he's just one off the mighty Pudzianowski.
Yes, one ahead of Bill Kazmaier, who's America's best before this. Bjornsson, he seems to have all the tools, just a tough period to do it in, because this man just might be the best ever.
And the world champion is with Sarah Jane now.
Brian Shaw, World's Strongest Man 2016. Congratulations! How do you feel? 4 times.
It's, to be fair, it's hard to put into words. Like, I've dreamt about it. I've kind of ate it, slept it, and breathed it for so many months now. And for it to happen right now, it's probably going to take a little bit to set in.
Are you going to go after number 5 now that you've got 4?
I think I have to let number 4 set in. But normally what happens with me is this sets in for a day or two, and then I start focusing on next year. So I said number 4 was next. Number 5 will be after that. So I'll be coming hard for it.
Oh, yes, I love that. Well, listen, massive congratulations to you once again.
Thank you very much.
Woo!
Final standings, Bjornsson king of the stones, but Brian king of the castle. And just below the top 2, phenomenal from Eddie Hall, from last place to his first ever podium with 2 dislocated fingers.
Well, it's been an incredible week. Botswana's been an incredible host nation, and it's an incredible 4 titles now for Brian Shaw. Not many people can say that, can they, Magnus? Indeed not. Many thanks to Magnus and to Sarah Jane and everybody here who made this great week possible. We'll see you soon for more Strongman on Channel 5. For now, from all of us here, it's goodbye.